The history of automobile. The history of automobile manufacturing dates back to the 19th century and has evolved significantly since then. In the early 19th century, a number of inventors, including Nicolas Joseph Cugnot in France and Richard Trevithick in England, built steam-powered vehicles. However, these vehicles were not practical for everyday use and were mainly used for industrial and military purposes. In the late 19th century, gasoline-powered internal combustion engines were developed, and the first gasoline-powered car was built by Karl Benz in Germany in 1885. Karl Benz is credited with building the first automobile powered by a gasoline-powered internal combustion engine in 1885 in Germany. This marked the beginning of the modern automobile industry, and Benz's creation paved the way for the mass production of cars and the growth of the automobile industry in the 20th century. Karl Benz was a German engineer and inventor who was best known for being the co-founder of the company that would eventually become Mercedes-Benz. He was born on November 25, 1844, in Mühlberg, Germany, and showed an early interest in engineering and mechanics. After completing his education, he worked as a draftsman and later as a design engineer at a machinery factory. In 1871, Benz established his own workshop, where he began to work on developing a practical gasoline-powered engine. In 1885, he built the first automobile powered by a gasoline-powered internal combustion engine, which he called the Benz patent Motorwagen. This vehicle was the first true automobile, as it was designed specifically for use on the road and was powered by an engine rather than by steam or electricity. Benz's invention was not immediately successful, and it took several years for his creation to gain widespread recognition. However, in the years that followed, he continued to improve his design and to develop new innovations, such as the carburetor and the spark plug. In 1926, the company that Benz co-founded with Gottlieb Daimler was merged with another company to form Daimler-Benz, which would later become Mercedes-Benz. Today, Mercedes-Benz is one of the largest and most well-known automobile manufacturers in the world, and Karl Benz is remembered as one of the pioneers of the automobile industry. Duryea brothers. The Duryea brothers were American inventors and entrepreneurs who are best known for being among the first to develop and build a successful gasoline-powered automobile in the United States. The brothers, Charles and J. Frank Duryea, were born in Massachusetts in the mid-19th century and grew up with a passion for mechanics and engineering. In the early 1890s, they built their first gasoline-powered automobile, which they called the Duryea Motorwagen. This vehicle was one of the first successful American-made automobiles, and it was capable of reaching speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. The Duryea Motorwagen was introduced in 1893, and it helped to establish the Duryea brothers as pioneers in the automobile industry. After the introduction of their first automobile, the Duryea brothers established the Duryea Motorwagen Company, which was one of the first automobile manufacturing companies in the United States. However, the company was not successful, and it eventually went out of business. Despite the challenges they faced, the Duryea brothers made important contributions to the automobile industry, and their innovations helped to lay the foundation for the development of the cars that we drive today. They are remembered as pioneers and innovators, and their life story is a testament to the power of determination, innovation, and the pursuit of excellence. Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile was an American automobile manufacturer that was founded in 1897 by Ransom Olds in Lansing, Michigan. The company was one of the first automobile manufacturers in the United States, and it played a significant role in the early development of the automobile industry. In 1901, Oldsmobile introduced one of its most popular and influential models, the Oldsmobile Curved Dash. This was one of the first mass-produced automobiles, and it was affordable and widely popular. The Curved Dash helped to establish Oldsmobile as one of the leading automobile manufacturers of its time and helped to set the stage for the company's future success. Over the next few decades, Oldsmobile continued to grow and to innovate, introducing new models and technologies that helped to keep the company at the forefront of the automobile industry. In the 1930s and 1940s, the company was particularly successful, and it became one of the largest automobile manufacturers in the world. However, in the late 20th century, Oldsmobile faced challenges, including increased competition from foreign automobile manufacturers and declining sales. In 2004, General Motors, which had owned Oldsmobile since 1908, announced that it was discontinuing the Oldsmobile brand. The last Oldsmobile car was produced in April 2004, and the company officially ceased operations shortly thereafter. Despite its challenges, Oldsmobile remains an important part of American automobile history, and its legacy continues to influence the industry and to inspire generations of automobile enthusiasts. The company's early innovations and its contributions to the development of the automobile industry are a testament to its enduring legacy. Renault. Renault is a French multinational automobile manufacturer that was founded in 1899 by Louis Renault, Marcel Renault, and Fernand Renault. The company was one of the first automobile manufacturers in Europe, and it quickly established itself as a leader in the European automobile industry. In its early years, Renault focused on producing small, affordable vehicles that were designed for everyday use. One of the company's first successful models was the Renault Voiturette, which was introduced in 1898. The Voiturette was small and lightweight, and it was powered by a gasoline engine. Over the next few decades, Renault continued to grow and to innovate, and it introduced a number of important new models and technologies. During World War I, the company played a key role in the war effort, producing vehicles and military equipment for the French army. In the post-war years, Renault continued to grow, and it became one of the largest automobile manufacturers in Europe. In the 1960s and 1970s, the company was particularly successful, and it introduced a number of popular new models, including the Renault 4 and the Renault 16. In recent years, Renault has faced challenges, including increased competition from foreign automobile manufacturers and declining sales in certain markets. However, the company remains a major player in the global automobile industry, and it continues to produce a wide range of popular and innovative vehicles. Today, Renault is a global company with a presence in over 130 countries, and it is one of the largest automobile manufacturers in the world. The company's long history and its legacy of innovation and excellence continue to inspire generations of automobile enthusiasts and to shape the future of the automobile industry. The automobile industry started to grow rapidly in the early 20th century, with the mass production of cars becoming possible due to advances in assembly line techniques pioneered by Henry Ford. He was an American industrialist and entrepreneur who is best known for founding the Ford Motor Company and for his pioneering efforts in the development of the modern automobile industry. He was born on July 30, 1863, on a farm in Greenfield Township, Michigan. After completing his education, Ford worked as an engineer and machinist, and he became interested in gasoline engines. In 1903, he founded the Ford Motor Company, and in 1908, he introduced the Model T, which was the first car to be affordable to a large segment of the population. The Model T was a huge success and became one of the most popular cars of its time. In 1913, Ford introduced the moving assembly line, which revolutionized automobile production and made mass production of cars possible. The use of this assembly line technique allowed Ford to greatly increase the speed and efficiency of production, and it made the Model T even more affordable to the public. In the 1920s, Ford continued to grow his company and to expand his operations. He also became involved in various social and political causes, and he was a strong advocate for peace and anti-war activism. In the 1930s and 1940s, Ford faced challenges, including the Great Depression and World War II, but he continued to innovate and to develop new technologies, such as the V8 engine. He died on April 7, 1947, in Fair Lane, Dearborn, Michigan, but his legacy continues to influence the automobile industry and to inspire generations of entrepreneurs and innovators. These early automobile models laid the foundation for the modern automobile industry, and they paved the way for the development of the cars that we drive today. During the 20th century, the automobile industry continued to evolve, with the introduction of new technologies, including the electric starter, hydraulic brakes, and the automatic transmission. The post-World War II era saw a rapid expansion of automobile manufacturing, with the growth of suburbs and the increased demand for cars. The 1950s and 1960s were also characterized by a boom in the sporty, two-seater convertible market, with models such as the Chevrolet Corvette and the Ford Thunderbird. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the automobile industry has continued to evolve, with the increasing focus on fuel efficiency, safety, and the environment. Electric cars and hybrids have become increasingly popular, and autonomous driving technology is being developed by many companies. Today, the automobile industry is a global enterprise, with major car manufacturers operating in many countries around the world. Overall, the history of automobile manufacturing has been marked by significant advances in technology, with cars evolving from steam-powered vehicles to electric and autonomous vehicles. The industry has also become increasingly global, with car manufacturers operating in many countries and producing vehicles that meet the needs and demands of consumers all over the world. And, if you liked our video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you on the next one.